Welcome back to Cocktails and Controversy, the spot where the ice is frosty, the gossip is hotter than a Miami summer, and I do the heavy lifting so you can sip in peace. Thought Diddy's legal drama wrapped when the jury clocked out? Honey, 50-plus lawsuits, yes 50, are still circling that bad boy bankroll like buzzards over brunch. From a producer claiming he was turned into a walking party favor dispenser, to a John Doe accusing Combs of defiling Biggie's vintage threads, this next chapter is straight reality TV with no commercial breaks. Buckle up, each case is juicier than the last, and the potential payout could drain Cîroc barrels drier than his public apology notes. On July 2nd, a Manhattan jury scratched the record, not guilty on trafficking and racketeering, but guilty on 2 Mann-Act counts for shuttling women across state lines. Sentencing lands October 3rd, 2025. Circle it in neon. And in civil court, the standard isn't beyond reasonable doubt, it's more like who tips the scales 51-49. Translation, lower bar, bigger bag, and way more tea spilled under oath. Sis, those dusty secrets are about to see daylight like they're auditioning for Love and Hip Hop Court Edition. And our first plaintiff is already brewing that kettle. Say hello to Rodney Lil Rod Jones, a producer who swapped platinum dreams for a potential $30 million payout. His 105-page lawsuit reads like a Netflix binge: unregistered pistols posing as studio decor, mystery pills passed around like Tic Tacs, and VIP guests allegedly serviced on command. A judge deleted the splashy RICO headline, but the sexual assault, harassment, and trafficking claims sprinted forward, and that unlocks subpoenas for studio security cams, yacht manifests, even cell tower receipts. Let a single clip leak and TikTok will remix it faster than a bad boy beat. But if you think that's wild, wait till you hear how a teenage plane ticket turned into a legal hurricane. Filed under seal, Jane Doe claims she was 17 when bad boy execs jetted her from Atlanta to New York, only for the studio vibes to morph into a champagne-laced nightmare. Diddy's team screamed cancel culture fanfic, but the judge decides September 12th whether this suit sticks. If it does, expect depositions before the Thanksgiving leftovers hit the microwave, pulling in security, flight crews, maybe even the poor assistant who booked the seats. One verified boarding pass could shred the defense's never happened playlist. And speaking of deadlines, another accuser sprinted through a legal loophole like it was Fashion Week. Back in 1991, Liza Gardner, then 16, says Diddy coerced sex and later cut off her air supply. For years, the statute of limitations played gatekeeper, until New York's Adult Survivors Act flung the doors open for 1 year. Gardner filed November 23, 2023, locking her claim for good. Universal Music is begging the judge for a "we weren't the babysitter" exit, while Gardner's lawyers accuse the label of cashing checks with one hand and covering eyes with the other. These ASA suits love settling in the seven-figure zone because corporations hate retro headlines messing with current profits. Yet July served up an allegation nobody saw coming, and it dragged Biggie's legacy into the courtroom. John Doe's July 8 filing in LA claims Diddy took him to a warehouse packed with Notorious B.I.G. memorabilia, offered ketamine, then, brace yourself, used one of Biggie's shirts for a solo act and tossed it at Doe with an RIP Biggie mic drop. There's also a 2005 assault claim sprinkled in like bad seasoning. Team Combs calls it tabloid theater, but hip-hop Twitter lost every last collective marble. Even halfway proven, jurors could treat it as sacrilege. Cue sky-high punitive numbers. 4 headline suits down, a mountain still to climb. Current scoreboard, 50-plus lawsuits, chasing more than $55 million. Cases span New York, California, Florida, and Georgia, turning Diddy's calendar into legal Sudoku. Each new filing unlocks discovery dominoes that can topple the next. Meanwhile, sponsorships are colder than yesterday's fries. Cîroc's PR line is straight crickets, and streaming numbers keep sliding. One analyst called his reputation society's septic tank. Yikes. Even a quarter of plaintiffs landing mid-six-figure deals drains $15 million before lawyer fees. Factor in lost endorsements, and you're talking 9-digit damage, honey. So when should you refill that cocktail and refresh your feed? Mark these dates. August 19, 2025. Lil Rod Status Conference. Discovery deadlines incoming. September 12, 2025. Jane Doe dismissal ruling could launch subpoenas faster than a viral dance challenge. October 3, 2025. Federal sentencing. Whatever the judge says will echo through every civil courtroom. Trust. Insiders predict an appeal within 2 weeks, but civil clocks don't hit snooze. The lawsuits keep grinding like a DJ after last call. Which brings the spotlight to you, my shady but supportive crew. Pick your payout prediction. 1. Lil Rod. 2. Jane Doe. 3. Liza Gardner. Or 4. Biggie-Shirt John Doe. Who snags the biggest bag? Drop the number in the comments. I'll pin the spiciest legal hot take and shout you out during the live sentencing watch party. Got receipts? Slide them in. Just keep it cute and court document sharp. Time for the final toast. July's verdict? Baby, that was Chapter 1. Chapter 2 is a civil cyclone stretching from Brooklyn benches to LA skylines. Will multi-million-dollar checks rehab the brand, or is Bad Boy forever stuck in reruns of its own downfall? We've got 15 months to find out, and you know cocktails and controversy will be front row, faceless but factual, serving every twist straight, no chaser. Smash subscribe, ring that bell, and keep your glass half full. The tea's still steeping. And because y'all know I never leave a glass half empty, let's top this off with a rapid fire, what happens next, after party. Think of it as the credits scene the mainstream news never rolls. First, the appeal shuffle. Within 14 days of sentencing, Diddy's lawyers will drop a notice of appeal so fast it might still be warm from the printer. Their playbook? Say the jury got confused by Mann-Act instructions, argue half the Instagram screenshots were prejudicial, and insist key witnesses should have been sequestered. Success rate in the Second Circuit hovers around 10%, which basically means Vegas gives better odds on penny slots, but the move alone buys Combs another news cycle and drags his legal tab deep into seven-figure territory. Second, the brand ice age. Industry whisperers claim at least 3 liquor distributors have slid morals clauses into their 2026 contracts. Translation: one more damning deposition, and the Cîroc cases on grocery shelves could quietly swap his name for a limited edition rebrand. Spotify curators already report a 19% drop in Bad Boy legacy playlist streams since the verdict. If that dip sticks for 12 months, he forfeits an estimated $2 million in annual royalties, small change to a billionaire, but salt in the reputational wound. Third, collateral damage cameos. Remember all those celeb cameos in the old Mo Money Mo Problems era? Lawyers are poking around to see if any featured artists witnessed misconduct on video sets. Even just a subpoena threat can spook collaborators into pulling catalog features, and that's when residual checks start evaporating like cheap perfume by lunchtime. Fourth, discovery roulette. Civil plaintiffs now have a green light to subpoena everything: yacht guest lists, closed-circuit footage from pre-Grammy parties, even Uber receipts. One mislabeled file, say, Studio 3 After Hours, Final, MP4, hits the docket, and we're talking instant headline, fresh outrage cycle, and maybe a new plaintiff who didn't know they had a case until that clip surfaced. Finally, the audience game plan. I'll be tracking every motion, every brand quietly backing out, and every playlist dip. When something big breaks, appeal granted, secret video leaked, or the first 7-figure settlement signed, I'll drop an emergency episode faster than Diddy can say, "Take that, take that." So keep notifications on, chase the algorithm with a like, and tell a friend who still thinks the saga is over that Bad Boy's legal remix is just warming up. See? No one leaves thirsty on cocktails and controversy.